Hello, YouTube. Fanta here.
Sound like you're reading it like a funeral. Sound like a priest or something.
So we're kind of. I just picked that back up. We probably should have trimmed that first part, but we didn't anyway.
That's all right.
Because I put that mana down before the video.
We did like you did turn one, which was a mountain, big
Yeah.
spoiler.
Yeah.
And then we forgot we weren't filming, so
Exactly.
once
So,
again,
not a huge deal.
2-1 out on turn one for my deck. I just love that ahead of the mana curve. 2-1 out on turn one.
And then I think I killed immediately.
I think you do.
Yeah.
In fact, you do. You killed on my turn still. If I recall, we're not supposed to be spoiling stuff, but we did spoil it. I absolutely love your white border mountains, by the way.
Thank you.
Must be old as shit.
Old as shit. Those were actually in the collection that I bought at a garage sale when I was in middle school. It was just down the road.
Gosh, I wish we could. We need to keep garage selling.
Yeah,
it's fun.
We do.
Besides douchebag last week, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, that sucked.
If you see something you like, we'll look up the eBay value.
Oh God, I don't like those people at all. Can I really not? Oh yeah, I couldn't play anything again. I just did not have any creatures. I was completely screwed.
Looking at the start, it's kind of shocking I end up losing. Well, I wouldn't want to spoil this.
It's shocking that you didn't hear that part.
Something bad happens, but the start is good for me and really bad for you for being on the draw. But you have a tendency, and you'll explain why in a minute. You keep getting the 4/3s out on
Yep.
2 mana, which is awesome.
It is. It really is.
The 4/3s have haste.
The 4/3s do not have haste.
What's the name of the card again?
Or 3/4. The 3/4 doesn't have haste. The 4/3s, Incorrigible Youths, do have haste.
Incorrigible Youth. I love that name.
Right?
It's such a cool name.
I love the flavor text too. To be young again. And there's just all these like young vampires just ravaging.
Now explain this wacky moment. I exile with Decoration Stone.
So in response, I sack that guy, discard. I'm trying to remember what card I discarded. It'll tell me in a second here in the video. Now this was a little bit of a mistake on my part. Yes and no, because I did. Who did I throw in exile? I'm trying to remember who I threw in exile. I think I threw Incorrigible Youths, so that might not have been the mistake.
It was
in the last game, I
huge
made a
mistake on my part because I shouldn't have done that. I would have forced you to block, gotten in for damage.
Yeah, and then I would
still had Declaration in Stone for a more important creature like the one that's out right now.
And the thing is I can't have my guy die due to damage. Like if I'm blocking with him and I use him as a chump block, I don't get to use his ability. But if you target him with anything, or it's your turn and I just feel like doing it, I can sack him, discard a card, draw a card.
Okay, so you can't even chump block. Well, technically you can chump block and sacrifice in response.
If you chump, I think he's dead already.
No, I think you're allowed to sacrifice in response. I'm pretty sure. But one of the things I love about your deck is that it's not the same generic cards everyone has.
Yeah.
It's not the Nintuko Husk. It's not. I'm trying to think of some cards everyone's using.
There's
it's
a lot
not
of
Cryptolith, right? It's not the same cards we've seen standard. You have some rare stuff. Pia and Karen Nalar that you just put out is a very common card.
I didn't like
Everyone
him,
uses
honestly, that much. I do like his ability, though, where I pay 3 and I can sacrifice one of those artifacts.
Don't say his. It's him and her. And in today's progressive society, you're going to really trigger someone right now by saying just him.
I hope I did. So I can use the card's ability by paying 3, and I can sacrifice one of those artifacts and do 2 damage to one of your creatures. Now, I never got to do that. Not sure why. I think I lose him. I think that's why.
It comes out and immediately puts a Thopter out as well, right?
Yeah.
A 1/1 Thopter. Yeah, it's a
You
card
get
that's
2
seen
1/1 Thopter
It's seen a lot of
artifacts.
play.
Yeah.
I've seen it in a lot of play. I don't know how popular it is, like standard and at the top level, but for Magic Online and stuff, I've seen it get quite a bit of play.
Do you think you're going to get into Magic Online?
I'd like to. It's a lot cheaper than this, and there's so many nights where I'm like, I wish I could play Magic and no one can come over, and then my like $100 deck just sits in its box.
Yep.
That's kind of the nice thing about video games over
Did
Magic.
you know that if you complete the whole series of like a certain set, you can turn those cards into paper? They'll take all the cards in your Magic Online of that set, delete them off your account, and send you a box sealed of the entire set.
I didn't know that. It's really cool. So if you get every Shadows over Innistrad card on Magic Online, but aren't tickets and stuff on Magic Online way cheaper?
Yes.
Okay.
The tickets are, so if you somehow bought all the different cards online and then you got the full set, you could get it for paper. You might be able to get it cheaper, I'm not sure. That could be like a workaround. or you could just have something cool for your collection. Like, hey, that sealed box over there that I got from Wizards of the Coast
That'd be
is
really
the
cool.
entire set.
Just magically get every alpha card on. Thanks,
That'd be
Wizards
awesome.
for Sealed Black Lotus. Here we see me tap a Thraben Inspector and flip the Town Gossip Mongler into an Incited Rabble, which is a really nice card. I believe it's a 2/3, and you can pay 2 mana to give it a 1/1 counter. So
Yeah,
it's
but he does have that one thing where he does have to attack every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, each turn if able.
As an Incited Rabble should. But
Exactly.
it's cool when you have these white wiener decks, as we call them, white weenie. You want to pump up people any way you can, because
It's true.
early game is nice, but as you get into late game, your 1/1s and stuff just can't compete with bigger creatures. So it's nice to be able to flip.
Which is cool about mine is because even though they're cheap, they're still pretty big. Like the 4/1s
Yeah.
that I can throw out for 3, or if I get the madness cost of 2.
Or the 2, yeah. The 2 is
so those
nice.
are really cool. So I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to pull off a combo, I believe. So I'm killing that guy because he's the 2/3. I don't want him blocking my 3/4. I want some damage to go through. And then you've got one guy left to block, and I murder him as well. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I've got somebody waiting in exile. And here comes Incurable Youths, paying that 3 madness cost. He does have haste, so I can use him right away. And then I swing for the gates.
And I have 17 life down to like 7.
Down to 7.
Real
all
quick.
because of that awesome combo. I'm thinking about keeping the Thopter there. I decide not to, just because I want to do the perfect 10, just to bring it down to that 7. Really, really fun play right there. I was really happy about that.
You could have done us all a favor and done the same health thing I do, so we can easily see what health it is.
I thought it'd pick up clear on the camera. I think
Not that little tiny dice.
I think it's because the resolution should be a lot better. I think this is just because it's the preview video. It's not completely
Crack
rendered
a clue,
all the way.
and you essentially locked away the game with that.
Yep.
Crack a clue here with Thraben Inspector. It's another really good 1-drop because it gives you draw power later in the game. Thalia's Lieutenant. Could crack another clue here, but kind of go over things in my head and realize that it's pretty much dire.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can stop that much damage. Especially because I do have
There's nothing
burn
in my
cards.
deck. No, there's nothing in my deck to stop all those creatures and
Yeah.
scoop it up. And you take game number 2.
Good game.